In this video, we show how to change the default work field that opens up when we put a new line in the list. For example, here when we put a new line in the list, the default area that comes up is S3, and we want to be able to change this to any of these areas that are available on the machine. And this is particularly useful when we have the pre-centering device for loading the panels, and we have pin stops in the front of the machine, but we want to align the panel at the back of the machine the way that the pre-centering device aligns the panel. So to do that, we create a virtual area at the rear of the machine, and then we want that to be the default area that comes up each time. So the way we do this is we have to see how many areas are on the machine and determine what's the number or the sequential number of the area that we want to be the default. So whether we're choosing a fictitious area like S3 or R3 that we've created, or any of the other areas on the machine, we just have to get the correct sequential number. For example, the in area is at the top of the list, so that's 1. And we just have to count down, get the correct number. Right now we've got S3 set as the default, and that happens to be the 37th area in the list. So let's change it back to let's make it just the S area. So that would be field number 3. And then we're going to go and edit a file, a configuration file, to change it. And that configuration file is in the C Evil System folder, and the file name is deflist.xml. So it's an XML document called deflist. And the way we edit it is to right click on it and not just choose open, but let's go to open with and choose WordPad. You may have to, when you click on the file, you may need to use your control key or shift key to get the open with dialog box, but in any event, just open this file with WordPad, and we're going to search for a section named field. These are the different columns that are defined, but we're looking for one not name or repetitions, but called field. You could also just use your search box, but here we are. Here's the section we need to be in, and look for the default section, and you can see here it's defined to number 37, and if we want that to be the third field in the list, which was the S field, then we just change that number to a 3. Be careful not to disturb any of the characters on either side of the number. Save the file, close it, and then you do have to close and reopen the CNC board or wood system control. And when we reopen it and start a new list and put a new line in the list, now our default area that comes up is the S field, or the third field in the list. That's just why we changed the number to a 3. So just determine which field you want it to be, the sequential number, and change it to that. Change that number in the deflist XML file.